Lexicon of Odds and Tales. Copyright 2025 Charles Arlington. This is a work of fiction. All characters, organizations, and events are representations of imagination, and any instances of real-world people, events, or places, no matter the condition, are only coincidental. All rights reserved. No portion of this book may be reproduced in any form without permission from the publisher, except as permitted by U.S. copyright law. Story 1. The Child and the Unseen Roof. A small child's eyes glazed from the base of a tall and wide longhouse. He could see the beautiful tapestries of his people's work, generations of carving away into the stone and wood, and the carefully crafted panes of glass which displayed heroes to his past. Creatures of innocence they were, and predators of might and strength the others are, atop his people's craft. The men who wielded longswords, shields, and javelins each had something detracting from their best attributes. If one man had grand shoulders, his toes were short and stubby, enough to insult his stature and balance. Above these murals, carvings, and works of ancestral cloth was a roof, and on that very roof sat which the child could not see. Pressing into his toes deeply, the child lifted his head only a centimetre higher. "Oh, if only I could see! What lies on the roof higher than me?" piped the young boy. The morning glow showered his cool face, and the breeze of the wind gently bristled his nose. The fresh scent of lavender and rain filled his spirits. "Oh, if I could just get up higher, then I could see everything that the roof could be." Further spoke the child. Turning, the child ran for the steps of the longhouse's stairs, which happened to be at the front door. Standing on the tips of his toes once more, the child's veering neck looked high and long for the towering peak of the longhouse's tower, which sat at the middle of the roof. He could barely see it from the ground. Only the sharp corner of the observatory head could be made. From here, the longhouse was surely a dreadful and towering menace to his own height. "Oh, surely I couldn't make it up there. It's too tall, and my legs, how could I climb all the way up to there?" questioned the young boy. Turning away from the longhouse's front door, the young boy made way for home, playing with the neighbours' children and going to sleep for that night. The next morning, the young boy arrived to the longhouse again, pondering its massive height. "Why, surely I can topple it now today. I must truly be taller than I was yesterday," pondered the young boy, making out only a sharp corner of the observatory head once again. Eyeing the staircases beyond the front door with confidence, the young boy approached once more. When his feet reached the base of the first step, the young boy looked up from his extended knee. "Oh," said the boy, looking up to the ceiling, where the stairs curved inward to the right, indicating a steep incline to the top of the longhouse's tower. "Surely, no?" pondered the young boy, placing his next foot to the second step before retreating back down to the first step. "No, not today. Surely I'll have more energy. Tomorrow," shouted the child, running back home. That day the young boy played in mud and stomped his foot down upon wandering critters of the earth. Then he went to sleep that night. The next morning came, and the young boy arrived once more to the longhouse's front door. Looking up, the young boy spotted the sharp corner of the observatory head to the Longhouse's tower. Now, today of all days, I shall finally reach the top, exclaimed the young boy, smelling an odd foul odour about him. Something was amiss, and surely a farmer, or perhaps a herd of cattle, had been near to him lately. Oof! That smell! That'll surely wear me down, especially today of all days, when I had mustered so much. Looking at the inclining wall inside the stairwell leading upward, the child pondered how far the Longhouse's tower sat in the sky, where even he could not tell nor measure. "Oh, no," groaned the child, looking down at his untied shoe. The knot had come undone. "What more could truly get in my way today of all days?" pondered the boy, tying the knot on his shoe tight once more. Looking back up, the boy's eyes scoured the stairwell's steep steps. "Surely I can climb. Even with all my distractions, I have to do it." Placing one foot forward, the young boy's unsteady foot laid atop the first step. Retreating his foot, the child tried his other foot instead. Something wasn't right about the way his feet were positioned. "That should do," said the boy, placing a second step up the stairs. Then suddenly a fear came over him, unknowing of what to expect. No, what am I doing? Too much time already. What if I can only make it? Halfway up, the sun's already setting. What if, by the time I'm back down, there'll be no time for supper? I'll surely be punished then. Rationalized the child. With a hesitant third foot up, the child swiftly retreated it, putting it back down onto the first step. No, surely tomorrow will be the day, concluded the child. Running out of the Longhouse's front doors, the child darted straight for home, just in time for lunch, spending his afternoon with the neighbours' dogs and pigs. That night he went sound to sleep. The next morning the young boy arrived once more to the stairs steps, spotting the sharp corner in the observatory's head once more. Now, if there were any day, of all days, I'd truly make some progress today, said the young boy, approaching the steps leading up the stairwell. With 2 successful steps, the child effortlessly registered his progress. Suddenly, his feet stopped. Now, with this next step, there is no going back, said the young boy, taking the 3rd step. Excitement overcame him, and 5 additional steps sounded. But suddenly, he shifted atop his feet immediately. Looking behind himself, the boy could no longer see the front doors to the Longhouse. Ah, is this perhaps too far? How am I to know if I've gotten ahead of myself? Pondered the boy, looking back up the stairwell, observing his next steps before him. Practice makes perfect, he reassured himself. Sprinting up another 13 steps, the boy's legs soon stiffened, and his breath soon panted. Gah! No use! I'll have no energy to make it back down. If I continue, panted the child. Turning atop his cumbersome legs, the boy sprinted down the steps, albeit with a shred of tiredness, arriving to the base of the stairwell in a minute's time. Turning about himself once more, the young boy looked up the stairwell once again. Surely tomorrow I'll have both the energy and the time to finally see what's up top, he reassured himself. Sprinting home, the boy tended to his chores, and soon night came. With sound sleep, the boy slumbered the night away. The morning came, and the boy stood at the stairwell once more. A fog had now painted over the longhouse. He couldn't even make out all the shapes, symbols, and sizes atop the longhouse's imagery. A strong musk filled his lungs, not unpleasant, but surely not ideal. "Hook!" coughed the young boy, looking up the stairwell. "Gah! Today of all days, to have a nasty cough! Surely I'll run out of breath, perhaps not even halfway," pondered the boy. Without a second to lose, the child darted for home once more, spending the day indoors with his siblings. The night came, and his eyes fell heavy to sleep. The morning came, and the boy made his daily journey to the longhouse. As time drew on, the drizzle of rain came over his shoulders and ears, wetting his hair soon after. "Oh, what a time since it's last rained!" pondered the child. Making it to the longhouse front doors, the child peered inside, to which the familiar steps still laid. I guess I'll try. Practice makes perfect, or at least I'll get a hang of this for that one day," announced the child, sprinting to the first step, looking up the stairwell intently. With a ready foot planted atop the second step, the boy sprinted off, assailing 13 steps before panting and feeling sore in his legs once more. "Gah! Surely not again. I should have been more ready. Tomorrow, then," resolved the boy, sprinting down the stairs with his cumbersome legs. Upon arriving to the base of the stairs, the boy's eyes widened to the outdoor conditions. Heavy rain coated the dirt leading his way home and muddied the gravel roads. "Oh, no! Today of all days!" shouted the child, hanging his jaw open. Closing the doors readily, the child was accosted with droves of water coating his cloth shirt and pants. Before the doors were tightly snug. Pressing his back to the door, the child plopped his rear to the floor. Ugh! Tired, and all out of luck. Now nature's taken its chances with me, pondered the child, looking up the stairwell in defeat. With the back of his head resting to the door, the child's mind wandered. Where should he go? Is it safe to travel home? How unpleasant would the rain be? Perhaps he should wait it out. Would it be all day? Would he be back in time for supper? Why must he survive these conditions, tired and aching no less? Getting up from his rear, the boy paced in front of the stairwell, wandering his mind afar. Surely, there must be a game to play, or a mind game to consume the time away. Perhaps more works of ancestral art to ponder away the circumstances, before having to go back home. Wandering deeper into the longhouse, the child searched throughout, only to spot bundles of grains, oats, and other dry crops, nothing of importance. He wandered around even more, only hearing sudden thunder ring outside. A flash of light casted through the longhouse, but nothing of importance still revealed itself from within the building. Heading back to the stairwell once more, the boy paced. Oh, this surely won't last all day. What to do? What to do? Ugh! Groaned the boy, looking up the steps once more. With a hesitant foot placed on the first step, the boy groaned once more, staring upward. I guess we have all day, determined the boy, taking another 3 steps beneath his aching calves. As the rain bristled against the longhouse for more time on, the boy walked for 20 steps, before taking a break in the stairwell. Plopping down to his rear, he looked up to his stairwell's progression once more. Ugh, how long must I go for? Is it truly this far? Pondered the boy. His mind then wandered in another direction. Perhaps if I went downstairs, the rain will have since stopped. A sudden roar of lightning sounded, and the rain drenched on. Oof! Or maybe I'm wrong, pondered the child, getting up from his rear. Stepping up another 5 steps, the boy paused with a hesitant foot. Goodness me, is this to go all day? Surely the rain will cease after, pondered the child, placing his foot down a step, pondering a descent from his stair climb. Another roar of thunder sounded, and the boy shuddered to the cool temperature inside the longhouse. Another? Just another set. Maybe that'll be today's goal, he reassured himself. Stepping up another 6 steps, the boy soon saw an opening in the interior of the stairwell, where a room sat inside. Reaching the top of the stairwell, the boy sat within a small cubby of a room, enough to storage around 20 flowers across the walls. Surrounding him were the most vibrant, beautiful potted plants he had ever seen. Surrounding these plants were exquisite chairs, made with a slender craft and draped in. Rich colours of pink, blue, purple, and orange. Something seemed austere about them, but also inspirational, like whoever once sat in these, or perhaps still sits in these seats, were of a different make of person. Something about the chairs resembled importance, and something in the glow of the flowers resembled life beyond dreams. What an odd place. Has this truly been lying around here all this time? Pondered the boy, observing each delicate flower closely. The room smelled of rich fruit, as if he had wandered into an orchard just at time for ripe plucking. Looking out a nearby window, the boy could see the roof surrounding him, much as if he were standing on it, despite the room's walls and windows blocking his way. The rain showered the tower's roof with streams of water, and grey sky coated atop his position with clouds of dark grey and hues of blue. Looking to the back of the room, the boy saw a final flight of stairs, and without hesitation, he dashed for the next steps. After around 10 steps, the boy had reached the top of the longhouse's tower, where the observatory sat. Coated at the sharp corners were droplets of rain falling down to the rooftop below. With a high railing surrounding him, the boy leaned his head over the railing, looking down upon the roof below him. Wow! So that's what the ground looks like from here. What a view! Exclaimed the boy. Turning around, he looked down the hill which led up to the longhouse, spotting the turn in prairies and pastures before matching the tree line which surrounded his hometown. Gleaming with a sparkle in his eye, the boy observed the lands beyond and between, as the pouring rain soon became a drizzling pour. Once the drizzling pour desisted, the drizzle had then become a sprinkled breeze. With his soul enlightened by the achievement, the child sprinted down the stairwell, aching as his legs were, down to the base of the stairwell. Pushing the longhouse's doors open, he stepped out onto the moist, squishy ground. Looking behind himself once more, he spotted a sharp corner on the observatory's head. So that's what it's like being up there. Not so long after all, said the boy, turning around for home just in time for lunch.